Hello everyone, this is Varun Menda and welcome back to my channel Pawn Master. As I said in the last video, this video will be a continuation of the last video. This will be the second part of easy checkmate traps and tricks. So I hope you like the previous video and will like this. So let's get started. First we will see the smothered mate, the king variation and the queen variation, queen pawn and king pawn variation. In this smothered mate, the king is under check by the knight and blocked by its own pieces. Now let's see. e4, e5, this knight comes here to e2, this knight to c6, this knight b to c3, this knight comes here. Now this g3 to bring the bishop here and do all the development, but it's checkmate. The king is under check by the knight and it cannot move. It is blocked by its own pieces. As I said in the beginning, what is smothered mate? So in this, g3 was a blunder. It wasn't played. Instead of it, if the knight would have captured this, the mate wouldn't have occurred. Now let's see the queen's pawn variation. d4, this knight comes to f6. Now c4, so that when the knight comes to c3, this pawn doesn't remain blocked. Now e5, it's a decoy, a sacrifice, capturing this, d into e5, knight saving itself and coming to g4. Now this knight to f3, saving this pawn, as this knight was also attacking this pawn. Now comes this knight to c6. The bishop comes here to defend this pawn, because this knight was again attacking this pawn. This black bishop comes here and check. This knight comes here to save its king, because if the bishop would go back, this pawn would have been left hanging. Now, this queen comes here to e7. Now this a3, making the bishop go back. Now knight capturing this pawn. This bishop is just an distraction. Now this a into b4. Check and mate. The king is under check by the knight and blocked by its own pieces. In this, the move of capturing this bishop was a blunder. Instead, the bishop would have captured this, then this knight, queen here, and then this bishop would have been gone. Now let's head and see the legal trap. e4, e5, knight f3. Now this d6. This mate occurs on black by white, and it is a good reply to your opponent's play of d6 supporting this pawn. Now this bishop comes here to c4, attacking this pawn, which you will understand as we go ahead. After this, the bishop comes to g4, making this knight not move anywhere. If it moves, the queen will be captured. After this, the knight comes to c3. This g6, so that this bishop would come here. The knight would come here and castle and develop and secure its king. But now, knight captures this pawn. And the queen is just an sacrifice. Captures it and it's gone. It's made in two moves. The bishop comes here, checking. The king can't move here because of the knight. Can't capture this because of the knight. The king comes ahead. The only legal move left. And now, check and mate. The king is under check. Cannot move here because of this knight. Cannot move here because of the bishop. Cannot go back because of the bishop. And cannot go here because of the knight. I hope you understood this legal trap. Now let's head and see the Blackburne Shilling mate. As we see here, this occurs on white by black. e4, e5, knight to f3. Now this knight to c6. the bishop to c4. The knight comes here. Now the knight just captures it, and it's just a sacrifice for being pawned down. The queen comes here, attacking the knight. Knight goes here, attacking the queen instead, but it is a blunder. The knight is secured by the bishop, but the queen comes here, and the rook is under danger. It has to move. If this if this captures this rook, the queen will capture this rook. Capture, capture. This bishop would come here, and now capturing this would be like the knight is trapped there, cannot come out. But see, this side is completely destroyed of white. Let's see what is played. This rook is played here for it to be safe. The queen captures this pawn. Check. Bishop comes here, and now check and mate. Instead, if you could have played the queen here, same thing would have happened. This going here, and now you can see like it has to capture because the king is behind, the queen cannot go anywhere else. Like this, you can see we are a rook behind. So I hope you understood how to counter these traps and how to use these traps in front of your opponents. I hope you liked the video. Please do like, share and subscribe.